Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys a bunch of Btartbox nails, nail goodies, and the first thing that I'm pulling out are these UV light protective gloves. I used to own a pair of these, but I lost them somewhere, and I'm so glad that they sent me a new one. And these actually fit a lot nicer than my previous ones because I have very small hands. I usually struggle to find my size, but these were great. They also sent me these stunning nail charms. I definitely will find an occasion to use these. I think these are very unique. I love the kind of things that Btartbox throws in their random little boxes. You can find a bunch of their surprise boxes on their website or buy individual items. This box that was sent to me was a kind of December/January box, and I didn't get enough time to show you guys, but I thought I'd still make a video on it. Also, I'm sorry if I sound sick. I'm currently going through a cold. I have a blocked nose, so I'm sorry if that's annoying. But anyways, this is their primer and I believe top coat duo, and I was really excited to receive this because I've never used any kind of primer from Btartbox nor their top coat, so I was very excited to see how this was going to work today. And the consistency of the gel was nice and thick, which is always a good indication of a good quality top coat. The next thing we get is a builder gel and a gel glue. I've used their gel glue before, but I've never used their builder gel before, so I'm kind of surprised to see what that will do. Here I'm also reading the instructions because there were just some things in here that I didn't know how to use. I've also not used the nail tips that I'm about to use today ever, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I'm making full use of the instructions. Of course, with most kind of boxes from Btartbox, you will get everything that you need to create a nail set, so they always somehow include a mini UV nail light, and this light seemed very powerful. I loved that it had these 6 LED light strips, so definitely looking forward to that. I also got this gel press-on nail set, which was very similar to the nails I used today. With every nail tip that you get with Btartbox, you get these very handy little instructions in the back and other kind of tips as well. This was a different one that they sent as well. This was their 3-in-1 soft gel system, and these are the nails I decided to use today, but more on that later. And then I was very surprised to see that they sent me their acrylic press-on nails too, and a bunch of other nails, but I'm not going to get into too much details onto what they sent me. Just know that Btartbox has an amazing range of nail tips and nail designs and all kinds of nail related items that you can find to kind of help make your nail life easier. They definitely have a very beginner friendly line, and you can definitely check out their products on their website at btartbox.com. I will have everything linked in the description box down below. Now I'm going to start off with doing my nails. Today I was really interested in trying out their new kind of cat eye nails. So here I am using my Melody Susie nail drill that I reviewed in my last video. I have been using this nail drill for a good couple months now, and I can definitely confirm that it is definitely very good, very powerful, very portable. So if you want to know more on that, just check out my last video where I kind of used this nail drill. So when prepping my nails, I definitely like to use a very gentle diamond nail bit, and I'm using this at about 5 to 6 RPMs. And I like to kind of use the forward and reversed mode on the nail drill. So I will do the forward mode going from right to left, and then I will use the reverse mode going from left to right, just so that the skin on my cuticle is nicely cleaned and it just picks everything up in one go. I hate it when I have finished prepping my nails and then I see that bit of skin left over. So I definitely like to use this. I don't always do this every single time, but when I'm doing a press-on nail set or a gel set like this, I definitely like to make sure that my cuticles are nice and clean, just to avoid any lifting. And you can use any drill bit that you have, but I prefer to use a pointy bit just to really get up in there and just clean everything out. Another bit that I love using, which is a little bit more safe, is the ball bit, but this is more for like when I have little to no cuticle. As you can see today I have quite a bit, so I'm just removing that using my cuticle nippers. You can also use scissors, or like I mentioned before, you can also use the ball bit. It just kind of buffs around the cuticle and just gets rid of anything that's kind of hanging loose. So once I've almost removed all of my cuticles, I'm just gonna end up going back to the instructions every time, and here it says to apply the dehydrator, which I think is the primer. And before I do that, I definitely want to make sure that my nails are buffed. I didn't have a buffer, so I used the 180 grit side of the nail file, and I'm just using that to very gently buff the shine of my nails. It's so important that you use a very light hand when doing this, because you do not want to kind of overfile the surface of the nail. You could end up getting very thin nails if you do this. You will also feel a burning sensation when applying the gel. If you do, it means that your nails are probably too thin and that you could have overfiled them. So just make sure that you use a very light hand, and you only want to keep filing until you see that there are shiny parts left on the nail. Once you see the nail is completely matte, then just wipe the nails down and you're pretty much good to go. So after the nails have been wiped down, like the instructions say, we're going to use the tip primer. I believe this is just a dehydrator, that's what it smelled like, and it definitely, that is how it applied. So I'm just doing a good layer of this on all of the nails, making sure that my nails are fully dehydrated and making sure that any oils are stripped off the nails. This is going to reduce any lifting or any peeling of these gel nail tips. So as you can see, the pack comes with about 5 sets, which is very good. You definitely get your good amount of nail tips in there. And what I'm doing is just sizing out the nail tips. One thing that I love about this style of nail tips is that everything is just in one row. So you can kind of go back and forth between the sizes like I am here, and you can just easily understand that one might be a bit smaller than the other, or one might be a little bit bigger, and that just saves me a lot of time. So it definitely reduces my confusion, and I definitely get a good size every time. The next step on the instructions was to apply a very thin layer of the nail gel glue to the natural nails, and then leaving that uncured, which I thought was interesting because usually I would cure mine and then apply my nail tips, but I think that this method was a little different, and I was definitely getting used to like using this method. My first nail I think was the worst, and as I went along it definitely got better. So one mistake that I would say I made here was applying too much gel. I definitely underestimated how good this gel was, and I could definitely see that you definitely need a very little amount, considering there's already some gel on your natural nail. So here I am applying, and I forgot to do the 45-degree angle thing, which again, it was like my first time, so I'm sorry if that was completely wrong, but you'll see that as I go along I start to use the proper technique of doing it, and I kind of just get the hang of it a bit more. I also ended up doing the second nail off camera just to kind of practice a little bit and not look so stiff, and I definitely got it down a little bit better on this third finger. So I'm applying a thin layer of this gel, and then I ended up applying just a little blob at the cuticle area, because that's really going to help you to push and guide the gel down as you're going and applying at a 45-degree angle. And as you can see, there was practically no gel on this third attempt, and I was happily able to cure it without any issues. I also did check the underside from time to time just to make sure there was no excess gel, and in the places where there was a little bit of excess gel, I was able to just quickly flip my hand around in the light and cure that, just so it doesn't get messy and it doesn't kind of just go everywhere. So I'm just repeating that to all the nails. I did find that with smaller and shorter nails like this, it is a little bit hard to hold and apply. I've done this with a longer nail set with a different brand, and it was so much easier just because of the length of the nail and where I'm able to hold it with my dominant hand. However, I feel like these nails were absolutely stunning, and I would definitely use them again. I did have these nails on for about a good 3 weeks, and they did hold up well, except they did start losing their shape a little bit. Of course, these are gel, so they're going to be a little bit softer than acrylic, and so over time they kind of just lose their shape. The edges start to round off a bit, and they definitely need to be removed after at least about 2.5 weeks. But overall, these gel nails held up very, very, very well. So this is what my hands look like after completing both of my hands. To do this on my dominant hand was a little bit tricky, but honestly I think I got it down pretty good. I would say these nails are definitely beginner friendly despite some of the issues I had. I think once you kind of get the hang of it, you will definitely want to keep doing these nails because they're so quick. It's got a beautiful already made design. The structure is there. It's already pre-buffed. Everything is just amazing about this system, and I'm definitely a huge fan. This is definitely for me a quick kind of nail set to do whilst, I don't know, you've got to be somewhere the next day and have some nice looking nails. I think this is definitely the way to go. So this step is optional, but I like to file the edges just to kind of narrow down the nail a little bit. My nail beds are quite small, so sometimes these nails can look a little big. Despite sizing them off right, it's never going to be a super perfect fit. So I always find that filing the edges kind of helps them fit a little bit better. It makes them look a little bit more custom fit to my nail. So this is what the nails look like matte. And here I was just contemplating whether I should do them matte or just do them shiny, and in the end I just decided with shiny just because it's got that beautiful cat eye running through it, and it would be such a shame not to let that shine through. So here I am just giving you guys a good look of the nails, all matte with no top coat. So we're taking the Btartbox top coat and we're going to do a nice thin layer of this, and as soon as I applied the top coat, that cat eye just kind of started popping out. I loved how it looked shiny so much more, and I just ended up really loving it. So I just did the top coat on all of them, really just making sure to seal the edges and getting the free edge. And then I did cure that for about 60 seconds in my full LED light. I also wanted to mention that when pressing on the nails with gel and using the mini flashlight, that you should also use a full-sized LED light to just cure your whole hand for 60 seconds. That way you ensure that the gel is fully cured and it's not going to lift or move around or anything. So I forgot to mention that, but please do remember that as well. Also, if I do have a discount code for Btartbox, check out the description box down below. If not, then you can definitely find some good discounts on their website as well. They do have sales on all the time, so check them out. And here I am just finishing up the top coat. Again, don't forget to seal the free edge, that's really important. And then I'm finishing off with a good amount of cuticle oil, and just make sure to massage that in really good. I think the cuticle oil definitely helps to finish off a nail set really nicely, and I'm just rubbing that in really good. I love this bit, it's so relaxing to do, and I love getting the cuticle oil underneath as well, just to make sure that everything is nice and moisturized down there too. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. This nail video was very fun to do. I love using Btartbox and their new products. Again, don't forget to check out the description box down below. And here is a side view of these nails. As you can see, they look very seamless. They look very well fitted, and I love how natural they look. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out some of my previous videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.